Hi, good morning everyone. Hope you had a good start to the day. We're looking forward to the event today. My name is Devanshi Patel. I am the Business Development Manager at Wadhwani Research Center for Bioengineering. And I welcome you to WRCV Summit on Next Generation Therapeutics on behalf of the organizing team. As we start, just requesting all of you to turn your mobiles on silent so that we have a good session today. I'll now request Professor Abhijit Majumder to come and talk about the goal and purpose of today's meeting. He's an associate professor with the Department of Biosciences and Bioengineering at IIT Bombay, and he's the convener of the summit today.
Yeah, thank you, Devanshi. So, good morning, everyone. On behalf of the organizing team of today's event and WRCB, I welcome you all, and we all are looking forward, to a very exciting day. So in September, when we first kind of, started discussing about this event, we knew that the event will be on therapeutics because that is one of the, major vertical of WRCB, and Abdur will be talking, more about that after me. But then, the therapeutics is a big umbrella term, and we really did not want to kind of include everything, under the sun, because then, we will not be able to do justice. But at the same time, we also did not want to be too narrowly focused so that we miss the chance of cross-ideation and the collaboration. So after the, some kind of, some deliberation, we came up that, okay, probably next generation therapeutics is a not so wide, not so narrow kind of term, and we came up with that. And as most of you are aware of that, is that drug delivery, drug discovery, and regenerative medicine is something that we hope, will pick up in coming years. So today we want to discuss about the challenges and opportunities that is ahead of us. And for that, we have a fantastic set of speakers, both from academia and industry. We will kind of, pick their mind to get their experience and the wisdom. In the second half, we have another excellent panel where they will kind of discuss all of these aspects together, and we will try to see, where we can reach. Not to miss, and I would kind of stress upon the fact that in the audience, we have, many experts, both again from industry, academia, and as a, regulatory consultant, who are not, in our speaker list, but please meet them during lunch and poster session, etc., to know more, to have more discussion and more networking. As I was discussing about the poster session, we have kept almost 1.5 hours of the poster session, where the students will be presenting and who are actually truly the next gen. So I request all the eminent researchers here and people from industry, regulatory bodies, etc. Give your feedback to them. Please attend their poster, give your feedback to them so that they can get enlightened from this event. And to the students, please talk to as many as people you can meet here, also with your fellow students, so that we can learn from each other. So essentially, at the end of this day, if we all can go back to our home with just one idea, one collaboration, one new thought, or maybe one reagent exchange, that we can further work upon and ponder over in future, we will consider our effort successful and meaningful. So I once again welcome you all for this event, and I would like to thank our sponsors, High Media, MP Biomedicals, and Sun Instrument, IIT Bombay, and Institute of Eminence Cell, IOE Cell. So thank you all for coming, taking your time off from your busy schedule, and we all are looking forward to an exciting and fun-filled day. Thank you. Vedanshi, over to you.
So now we'll move on to the next one, inviting Dr. Abdur. He's the Chief Executive Officer of our Wadhwani Research Center for Bioengineering, and he'll deliver the welcome address today.
morning. Hello. Can you hear me? Yeah. Nice. Okay. Good morning, everyone. A warm welcome to the Next Generation Therapeutics event, which is organized by Wadhwani Research Center for Bioengineering, IIT Bombay. The center was envisioned in 2014 as a joint initiative between IIT Bombay and the Wadhwani Foundation, which is a global foundation, much like the Gates Foundation, with the mandate of high-value job creation through entrepreneurship. It is commissioned by Dr. Wadhwani, who is an alumnus of IIT Bombay, a highly accomplished serial entrepreneur, and he's also a member of the Giving Pledge. The idea in establishing the center was to leverage the deep technology capabilities at IIT to spur innovation and entrepreneurship. So the purpose of the center is to fund research and commercialization in bioengineering, which is broadly defined as inclusive of synthetic biology, biomanufacturing, diagnostics, therapeutics, and medtech, with the overarching goal of creating a broader impact by funding technology development and commercialization, creating high-value jobs through entrepreneurship, and facilitating access to deep technology for industry. Given that we have such a diverse mandate, there are different sets of values that we bring to different stakeholders. Our main and primary stakeholder being faculty at IIT Bombay. We fund translational research and help raise further funding. We also connect our faculty to industry to enable research translation. And another key aspect of our mandate is to assist industry. You'll be surprised to know that as a percentage of GDP, India spends 0.66% in R&D. China spends 2.4% of the GDP in R&D. US spends 3.4%. And the country that spends the most as a percentage of GDP on R&D is Israel, at 5.5%, is a staggering amount. So the goal here, the idea is much of the small and medium enterprise in India, especially in biotechnology, does not have access to capital equipment or the expertise. It's just not that you have the equipment, you need expertise as well to operate and understand these things. Do not have access. So the idea is to bring about collaboration within IIT Bombay and the small and medium enterprises, give them access to the facilities and expertise we have by way of collaborative and co-funded projects with the industry, leading to tech transfer, of course. And something relatively new to our mandate is support of entrepreneurship. After years of supporting translational projects, we noticed some of the projects are going on to become companies. And within the funding ecosystem, we have a gap, especially in the early stage, where companies find it difficult to raise capital in biotechnology. So the opportunity we saw, the Wadhwani Foundation saw, is to provide funding in the form of commercialization. And the way this happens, I think many of our faculty know that the translational funding system that exists within WRCB, but the commercialization support is relatively new. And the way this works is, if you have formed a company and raised 100,000, say for example, $100,000 in either revenue or private capital, you are eligible to receive 20% of that, or up to 50,000 USD in the form of a grant. So there is no equity involved, there is no it's not a loan, it's a pure grant that is available to you through WRCB. So the focus areas for WRCB, it's a bioengineering centric. We are not agnostic to technology. We are focused on low-cost diagnostics for affordable healthcare, therapeutics, drug discovery and delivery, medical technology, wearable devices, and finally, synthetic biology and sustainability. The process that we employ is slightly different. In a typical academic setup, you will have call for proposal and you will make submissions to the proposal. It will go through a technical review followed by a decision. What we have been doing in 2022 is reaching out to industry and asking them what is important to them, what kind of problems are they facing, very, very specifically defined. And we've also done the same thing with foundations as well, Gates Foundation, Pat Foundation. And we have compiled a document called Need Statement. So we circulate this at the beginning of the call for proposal, and then the proposals come in to us. And what we do is we put it through multiple evaluations. We send it out for technical reviews, to national and international experts. Whether or not we provide funding, at the very least, we go back to every PI with a detailed review that came back to us from the paid reviewers. We also do IP diligence and market diligence, and the core committee will consider all of this to make a decision on whether the proposal should go ahead or not. And typically, I think the proposal is funded for about 24 months, followed by an evaluation of where the technology is, and if it's at a stage where a company needs to be formed, we then take it through the commercialization route with our with entities like Sign and other biotech VCs. Since 2014, our faculty have filed for more than 50 patents, 110 plus publications. 5 startups have come from our pipelines, and many more 5 startups have come from our projects, and there are many more in the pipeline. Cumulatively, we have raised more than 100 crore in funding. This includes funding from the Wadhwani Foundation, plus the matching funding we've raised from the other government and private institutions. So in 2022, our faculty have received many awards, and the list is way too long for me to read out, but I want to take a moment to congratulate the faculty who have been felicitated for their excellent scientific work, and I wish them more awards in 2023 and beyond. So these are the 5 startups that have originated from WRCB supported projects. One of them, ImmunoAct, has been in the news quite a bit this year, and rightly so. We also have Algorithmic Biologics by Dr. Manoj Gopalakrishnan, which has raised seed funding from Axelor Labs. We've had Clarity Biosystems by Pramod Bangikar, which is in growth mode. They already have contacts from pharma industry. Convolese Technology is a company that came from Professor Samir Maji's lab, and they are the winner of the Indie Bio competition, which is a prestigious global competition in biotechnology. And finally, we have Netflix, which is a company founded by Professor Venkatesh in the domain of systems and computational biology, providing services to the pharma and other health and wellness industry. So the translation is a process that requires a lot of coordination and hand-holding and interaction. And you really need an extended ecosystem of partners and supporters who can help us transition technology from lab to market. So we have been reaching out and shaking hands with multiple entities, both inside and outside. Where you see check marks are entities we already have MOUs with. So this includes internal partners, for example, like I mentioned, WRCB's focus area is more in bioengineering, which is more molecular and biology and biochemistry. But we also receive proposals in medical technology and digital health. So we receive proposals in digital health. We will work with KCDH to fully support that proposal with our partner institution. And if it's in medtech, then we will work with BETIC for complementary skill sets and support systems. And then when the technology is ready for fundraising, we will take them out to our fundraising partners. So this year we've also put together a bunch of resources that would be useful. Our overarching goal is 2 things. One is biotechnology is deep technology that requires a lot of money. So whatever we can do to help PIs raise as much money as possible from different types of sources, not only internal funding from WRCB, but also CSR funding that we can get for you, or any other funding that is available through the government and private sources. That's one thing. So we have put together stuff that is non-technical. For example, the technical part only the PI can write, but anything that is non-technical that is taking up your time as an overhead towards the proposal, we are more than happy to assist you with that. And when it comes to commercialization, a whole lot of inputs are needed by experts in the industry. You need inputs on IP, filing, evaluation, and so on. You need inputs on prototyping, manufacturing, GMP, and so on and so forth. So we have a set of consultants and mentors that can help you with those inputs. In terms of events, we have done several events this year, and this is the second major event of the year. The first one was in June, low-cost diagnostics for affordable healthcare. We also have had several smaller events. I encourage you to actually sign up for our newsletter at the desk outside so that you can be informed about the different activities that are happening. One event that is going to happen on the 25th of November is a workshop, 2-day workshop by Professor Wadhwani on understanding patterns. Primarily, I think we are in the business of intellectual property. So that means every postdoc and PhD needs to really understand what it means when we say patents and how patents need to be written, how they need to be read, and so on and so forth. And Dr. Wadhwani is an excellent teacher with more than 2 decades of experience in patent law and so on. So I think it's a great opportunity. Most of the seats, I think, have been taken. Please go ahead and sign up, because if there is enough of an interest, we can request him to do another session for us as well. So the center, WRCB, is led by Professor Degjani Paul, who is the PIC, and myself. And we are ably and enthusiastically guided by our core committee, comprising Professor Siddhartha Lord from Electrical Engineering, Professor Shamik Sen from Biosciences and Bioengineering, Professor Mahesh Tirumkundulu from Chemical Engineering. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our core committee members for their support and contribution in helping fulfill the vision and mission of the Wadhwani Center. And of course, none of this would be possible if not for the team that gives shape and life to each and every one of our initiatives. I would like to thank Dr. Sneha Ranade and Dr. Meera for all of their efforts in grant funding administration related activities, and Devanshi for playing the lead role in organizing our major events, such as the one that we have today, and for her efforts in reaching out to industry for CSR and project funding. I would also like to thank Ms. Radha for her contribution towards smooth day-to-day operations of the center, as well as making sure finances are up to date and compliant with the budgets. And last but not the least, I would really like to thank Professor Pramod Bangikar, who was the founding PIC of the center, and a lot of his hard work went into building a foundation from which the center can look forward to doing higher things in the coming future. Right? With that, I thank you for your attention. I hope you will enjoy the rest of the day.